Hello, friends. Good morning. Welcome to Global Macro and Market Discussion with SD. मैं हूं SD Shanando Das, multi-asset trading and investment specialist. In this video, I'm looking at the upcoming global markets, a little bit of 2025 because we are into December. December is not a great month for trading. Though it's a good month for stocks, but overall, it's not a good month for commodity as a derivative. We see a lot of zigzag. So derivative के लिए ये जो December month है, that usually not so great because volatility comes down, volume comes down, a lot of zigzags. People are going into a holiday mode, and more so because the new Trump administration का इंतजार है सबको. Everybody is waiting for the Trump administration. So let's get into our discussion. Of course, we'll discuss about technical analysis, but let's before that, कल से मेरा live marathon चालू हो रहा है, and this live marathon happens along with a very important data, that is Federal Reserve interest rate decision. What we are having here is China data in the week we had, where the house price index is still going down. Overall, slight recovery in industrial production, but retail sales का हालत दिखा रहा है. Overall demand scenario or internal economics of China is not healthy. Sorry. However, market is waiting basically for this event to pass, that is on Wednesday or tomorrow, that is the Federal Reserve interest rate decision. Fed का interest rate decision आ रहा है on Wednesday. ये रहा FOMC. तो ये FOMC और Federal Reserve का interest rate decision is the last important decision the market is waiting for. Based on my model and also expectation that market is pricing a 25 basis points rate cut from Federal Reserve, I think they are likely to go with that rate cut. However, ये interest rate जो है, that is going into 2025, I think that is the single biggest risk that faces the global economy. Because ये जो treasury market है या US का bond market, that is the basis or has acted as the basis for a lot of investment, be it equity, a lot of derivatives. Bond derivatives are tied with the treasury market. So what's happening in the treasury market is very important. So currently market is pricing another 25 basis points into heading into the meeting today. First, when we are there, we started with 550 basis points the year, and finally we are likely to end at 4.50, almost a percentage point reduction in interest rate short term. And in 2025, market is expecting Fed to cut rates by 25 basis points only in the first half, and in the second half of the year another 25. So कुल मिला के 50 basis points rate cut is expected. इसको मैंने हाईलाइट किया था कि दिस इज अ मेजर कंसर्न कि इफ it is 50 basis points only rate cut, that means rates are likely to remain pretty high. थोड़ा high रहने वाला है interest rates. And the biggest concern heading into 2025 will be the interest rates and the long-term interest rates. Long-term interest rates will be my major concern heading into 2025. 10-year interest rates has come up strongly, and if it tends to continues to go up, this is the single biggest risk as per me heading into 2025, that rates can go up, and if rates go up, that means the company borrowing cost is also going up. And I think the upcoming downturn, this will be a major factor that will be influencing the market heading into 2025. कुछ खास एक्सपेक्टेशंस मेरा नहीं है फ्रॉम द फेडरल रिजर्व. मैं एक्सपेक्ट कर रहा हूँ 25 रेट कट एंड आल्सो प्रोजेक्शन ऑफ 50 basis points rate cut. However, rate cut का forecast in 2025, so in line with market expectations, मैं expect कर रहा हूँ Fed. But main 2025 will be key going ahead, especially for the long term rates, जहां पे फेडरल रिजर्व का कंट्रोल थोड़ा कम रहता है. Now with this, let's start looking at the market. First, we'll start, obviously, we started with the bond market. Bond market is suggesting, let me hide these candles, as bond market is signaling a comeback in the rise of interest rates. Dollar is finding support. Dollar is being supported by basically the interest rates. So you can see from the chart that dollar is testing a very, very important level. Once dollar has the potential to break higher, if it does, this is another add-on concern heading into 2025, that higher rates fueling higher dollar, and higher dollar that adds additional pressure or on emerging market loans, which they have heavily borrowed in US dollar based instruments. डॉलर बेस्ड बॉन्ड के जरिए वो लोग काफी पैसा उठाए हैं मार्केट से. सो एज डॉलर गोज अप एंड इंटरेस्ट रेट गोज अप, ये pose करता है significant high level of sorry, high level of stress for the market. So as dollar index is going down, of course other currencies are in pressure. If we look at the short term picture, we are looking at the weekly chart. If we look at more short term picture, it is consolidating, but euro has been heavily battered. और नेक्स्ट 2025 में जाके मार्केट कैन पुश यूरो टुवर्ड्स पैरिटी, मतलब वन के तरफ जा सकता है यूरो, गिवन देयर वनरेबिलिटी टू नेचुरल गैस प्राइस, यूक्रेन वॉर, एंड the rising difference between US performance and Europe performance. So a lot of top developed market currencies can still remain under pressure heading into 2025, as dollar still shows significant possibility of heading higher in 2025. So 2025 में मेरा focus रहेगा interest rates and how interest rates are influencing not only US dollar but the gold price. It has been influencing the gold price as well, क्योंकि अगर interest rate बढ़ रहा है, market expect कर रहा है कि dollar तो बढ़ रहा है, but कि US government will have to print more money, and that's kindly bullish for gold. In addition to that, central banks have been buying into gold heavily, and I think this trend is likely to continue going into 2025. Now let's look at our markets and what's the situation with, say, for example, commodities. First देखते हैं, उसके बाद हम लोग equity देखेंगे. So commodity में commodities overall is not very bullish, बहुत bullish नहीं है, but commodity के compartmental, मतलब कुछ areas पे I'm very bullish. That is, agriculture is one of them. I think agricultural means supply demand can be a key factor, and DBA, that is the agricultural ETF, has been going up steadily, fueled by few of the counters. कुछ ही counter fuel कर रहा है. This is the weekly chart, but it is heading into new all-time breaks. No, sorry, not all-time breaks exactly, but it has been a very, very long time, after almost, say, from about, say, let's say about 13, 14 years, almost 10 years, so a decade of downturn, agriculture has been going up. And I think agriculture and agriculture-related investment, be it stocks, be it directly commodities or ETF, ये मेरा focus रहेगा heading into 2025. 2025 मेरा also focus रहेगा towards crude oil. Crude oil has not been bullish. Crude oil has been more of neutral, but the way crude oil is behaving, in future, crude oil can be bullish, and that can be a major concern in terms of interest rates. So crude oil, my focus will be more on the what's happening with the how it's influencing the overall level of interest rates, inflation expectations. So crude oil mera focus rahega, but I think crude can remain in a range for quite some time now, unless the policies become clear from the Trump administration. Gold has given awesome return in 2024, very good run, but however, now gold looks a bit weak. This weekly chart, gold can go for a decline. If it does, gold can come down towards 2477 area or 2475 towards 2460. So that would be quite a big drop for gold, but this risk is there. The gold overall, still I'll not say it's a bearish trend, but in the near term, there is a possibility if gold fails to on the upside or to remain floated, there is a bigger risk that gold can actually drop. So gold, I'll keep a check for, of course, for trading, gold and silver, and also gold as an investment. It has given a good run, but 2025, I'll remain a bit cautious on the gold in general because it has given awesome run. So we can rather expect some bigger consolidation in gold. Now, my outlook for base metal is more reliant on China. What's happening with China, that will be very, very vital to understand what could be we can accept or we can expect from base metal. So overall, if I look at the long-term DBB chart, that is base metal ka representer is in a range. So overall, it's base metal ka individual chart भी अगर देखा जाए and base metal का as the whole chart भी अगर हम लोग देखें, all we are going to find is range. So what happens after the range will be interesting going into 2025 for this. China will definitely play an important role what happens in terms of base metal. Currently looks like this theory that I have placed is not working so well, and if it's not working, obviously I'll not go for the bullish bets, but I was concerned if it can break. Currently it could not break the European natural gas price, but how natural gas price does going forward will be another area of my concern. Why? Let's let back Traders Insight. And in Traders Insight, I want to look at the natural gas. And natural gas, if I look at the European storage, European countries where storage is steadily in decline, winter has arrived and steadily they are declined. And overall storage, if we look at the storage, they have gone into more and more deficit compared to the 5-year average. ये blue line दिखा रहा है, it is now below the 5-year average. So what happens with this? What opportunity this can bring? Obviously, on the upside, it can bring opportunities in natural gas. Other than some stocks will get influenced. So natural gas, how it impacts Europe will be another of my focus heading into 2025. Now coming back, let's come back to the market, that is the equity market के बारे में बात करते हैं. So let's talk about the equity market in general. So we'll start with Asia. एशिया में क्या दिख रहा है? दिस इज द ऑस्ट्रेलिया. लास्ट टाइम जब मैं ग्लोबल इक्विटी किया था एनालिसिस, वी सॉ ऑस्ट्रेलिया इज वीक, फर्दर डिक्लाइन हुआ है. सो ब्रॉडली विल टेंड टू अवॉइड ऑस्ट्रेलिया. लेट्स लुक एट न्यूजीलैंड. कम बैक मोड में है. सो लेट्स लुक एट, सिंस ये ट्रेडिंग के लिए, लेट्स लुक एट अ बिट लॉन्ग टर्म चार्ट्स. दैट इज द वीकली चार्ट इन अ रेंज. New Zealand is in a range. Australia, if we look at, Australia is gradually moving but up, but it's in a range wise, not a steady bullish market. If we look at Japan, Japan has been in a very long range, but also Japan this time tested its 40-year all-time high. That was happened almost 1990s. उसके पास गया है. So opportunities can be in natural this Nikkei Japan, but currently it's more of operating within a range. So in terms of diversification, 2025 will be my focus on diversification. Not just 25, 25, 26. As we head to the recessionary cycle, diversification in terms of asset class, diversification in terms of country, diversification in terms of currencies, this will be my focus. On the stock side, for bigger gains, currently China is battered, so Chinese stocks I'm not aggressively looking, but going in future 2025, Chinese stocks have been battered. Zarur usme opportunities honge. Alibaba, which is, for example, not ready, but in future it can get ready and we can get some very good opportunities in Chinese stocks. So 2025 and 26, some of the Chinese companies will remain under my scanner. And how am I investing on Chinese companies? The companies which are listed in the US, but Chinese companies, those will remain in my focus. I'm not directly investing in China. I'm investing in the Chinese stocks which are listed in the United States. Like one of the stock could be Kingsoft Cloud Holdings. So there will be opportunities coming up. There was a beautiful break. So then some Chinese companies will give awesome return going ahead. So these companies will remain in my scanner. AI companies will remain in my scanner, and Singapore, country specific, where the neutral chance means the country which can be neutral in the upcoming conflict. Singapore is one of them. Singapore have been bullish. Singaporean stocks have been bullish, and looks like it is breaking higher even. So overall, I'm bullish on equities, but I'll say more specific quadrant I am focused on. Let's look at India. India, it has significantly gone up, but has the risk completely gone away? Not seen from the weekly chart. It's more of a mixed chance. Consolidation hone ka chance. But if you look at the daily, the comeback was more serious. And ye jo struggle kar raha hai Nifty, this was very much expected and anticipated because this was the flat line. So I'll not say Nifty has turned bearish. I'll not say it has turned fully bullish. It's somewhat mixed. So once again, stock specific action will be more important than overall jumping into, say, mutual funds in general, or Nifty Bs in general, or sectoral Bs. Say individual stocks, I think, are going to be more actively managed portfolios. I think is going to do better than passively managed portfolio via ETF, passive investment, SIPs. Possibly they are not likely to do very well. So overall, after looking at the Asian market, we want to take a look at the overall global market. That is SPGM ke zariye, we can take a look at the overall global market, which is not looking so great right now. And we can take a look at the emerging market as well. Emerging market भी बिल्कुल अच्छा नहीं दिख रहा है. So similar कि दो equity, some of the equities like one of my Tesla, Amazon, Google, VFC, यहाँ पे अगर देखा जाए Sirma, Lemon Tree, a lot of stocks have been showing potential, but once again we have to go to individual stocks, as this is not a broad-based bullish market like we have seen in the past. In the past, it was a strong, steady bull market. Currently, we don't have a steady bull market. We have a more of a mixed picture. And this picture will become more clear as we head into next year. Europe, personally, I'm not very bullish. Europe has a lot of issues to handle. Inflation eating away the cost of living crisis. I don't think that has gone away. Europe will have to deal with internal politics of left party and right party. So those turmoil will remain. So Italy and others, जहाँ पे भी दिखने को आ रहा है, like first one was Netherlands, this is Italy. Let's look at Spain long-term charts. मुझे दिख रहा है broadly range, which means individual stocks, individual equities, they are going to do much better. This is DAX, which is German index, showing strength, but manufacturing in China pose significant threat to Germany. So German manufacturers are already in contraction. I don't think it's going to get any better going ahead. So Europe, I'm not great bullish, but obviously some of the European stocks can give us opportunities. So I'll remain eyes open individually and looking at Europe. But overall, I'm more bullish on, say, Means risk reward wise, not right now, but future may, I think Chinese stocks are going to give bigger opportunities than looking at these European stocks. But overall मैं देखूं तो चाइना को भी अपना डेट का प्रॉब्लम हैंडल करना है, इंडिया को हैंडल करना है कंपनी डेट का प्रॉब्लम, लॉट ऑफ कंपनीज हैव टेकन डॉलर लोन्स, एंड यूएस को प्रॉब्लम फेस होने वाला है फ्रॉम द हायर इंटरेस्ट रेट्स, एज वेल एज सारे ग्लोबल कंपनीज को इज गोना फेस हायर इंटरेस्ट रेट्स कॉस्ट if interest rates goes up. So having a diversified portfolio, different earning stream can definitely help in this journey. ओवरऑल यूरोपियन 600 स्टॉक को देख रहे हैं, 600 स्टॉक का इंडेक्स इज क्लियर कि जो मैं बता रहा था कि इट्स इन अ रेंज, बैकग्राउंड ग्रीन कैंडल रेट, सो नॉट अ फुल बुलिश लाइक दिस वन द वे इट वाज गोइंग, इट्स मोर ऑफ working Europe in a range. Now we are looking at the American indices, which will, I'll say rather, they are more positive than the global indices because of possibly new administration, new policy possibilities, and market is kind of aggressively waiting for deregulations. Regulations have hurt US companies a lot, but with Trump and Elon Musk team leading, there can be significant unnecessary cost cut in US economy. US का जो government budget, there can be cost cut, which is if they feel redundant, as well as there is going to be specific policies. So once again, कौन सा companies are going to benefit from that, we have to see. Overall, अगर पूरा global picture देखा जाए, so I'm finding more bullishness towards Nasdaq, towards Singapore, towards some of the US stocks, as well as compartmental bullish in other areas like China, India, Europe. So overall, Nasdaq and Singapore looks more aggressive country-wise, whereas the overall picture of stocks is not great. So in this regard, हम लोग थोड़ा overall market risk को भी follow करेंगे. So market risk देखने के लिए SD Rainbow में V2 we need, and V2 के अंदर हमें चाहिए Risk Master. So Risk Master लगा लेंगे. We'll switch off the Asset Master. So we take a look at the risk in 3 time frames. One is the weekly time frame, and for best result we can apply the S&P 500 or you can apply the Nifty or a combination. So risk phase start हो चुका है recession का, ये मैं highlight किया था कि we are in a recessionary cycle, so that phase is there and increasing gradually risk. So we'll have to be very careful. We can't deny this recessionary risk. First of all, we are in a recessionary cycle from 2022. बहुत लोग miscalculate करते हैं between recession and recessionary cycle. Recessionary cycle का first phase बहुत bullish होता है, which has already happened. Second phase usually the crash. आप इनके बारे में और जान सकते हैं. If you join up my course, you can learn more about them. So recession risk phase, जो second phase, obviously heading into 2025, second half especially of the year, August onwards, it looks like there are some certain type of risk is coming up. So let's look at the daily chart. So daily chart, if we look at the risk master, overall drawdown risk has gone up. This will be, this is definitely a warning, but we'll have to take this December holiday period into account. Overall drawdown risk has gone up. So India risk is also getting elevated. So year end, heading into Fed, some downside pressure, we can't deny that the risk exists. And in 125-minute time frame, we'll look at 125 minutes time, which is very short term swing. There also risk is relatively elevated, and India also volatility risk rising. So I will be careful with stocks. However, ऐसा नहीं कि मैं stock में invested नहीं हूँ, but जैसे I'm invested in very good stock like Tesla, it is superbly going up. I have no plan to cut it. But overall, my participation में ये equity risk going up, I'll have to take consideration and be more choosy, more specific, and if I see trades going wrong, I will be ruthless in cutting them. And if I make loss, I'll try to make loss very small in these stock investments. So overall, that's the picture. Market risk is on the rise, both in 125-minute short-term swing as well as mid swing. That is the daily chart. In both, market level of risk has gone up. That means zigzag risk. और ये risk जब बात जाता है, it infects other asset class. मतलब commodity, currency, हर जगह volatility is going to go up. Zigzag volatility, drawdown risk. So overall, participation should be on the lower side, and currently my derivative participation is almost zero. So unless December gets done, I'm going into the holiday mode 21st onwards. I don't think I'll be making बहुत सारे वीडियोस आप लोगों के लिए नहीं बना पाऊंगा. This is the time we should focus on self. खुद पे फोकस करना चाहिए in this December month. So overall, that's the picture. Thank you, friends, for watching my video. All the best from my side, and as always, happy trading.